Iran News Now. Khamenei pardons 2,600 prisoners. Leader of the Islamic Revolution Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei endorsed Iran's top judge's suggestion to pardon or commute 2,654 Iranian court-convicted prisoners. Sunday's pardon coincided with Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Ghadir, which commemorates Prophet Muhammad, PBUH's selection of Ali ibn Abi Talib, A.S., as his successor. Iran's Judiciary Chief Ghulam Hossein Mohseniejeh wrote to the leader recommending clemency for a list of convicts. The leader can pardon or decrease convict sentences under Article 110 of the Constitution with a judiciary recommendation. However, armed smuggling of narcotics, arms trafficking, kidnapping, acid attacks, rape, armed robbery, bribery, embezzlement, counterfeit money forgery, money laundering, economic disruption, smuggling of alcoholic beverages, and organized smuggling of commodities are not eligible for clemency. In mid-May 2024, Iran deployed a military attaché to Belarus. This had not happened since the Soviet Union collapsed. Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi died unexpectedly in a helicopter crash days earlier. President Putin will visit Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko before the end of May to discuss Ukraine war next actions. Direct Iranian support for the Russian military campaign in Ukraine will devastate the already strapped Ukrainian military. President Lukashenko has stated that Ukraine should who away their rulers from over the water in the Ukraine-Russia war. They won't make Ukraine happy. When Ukrainians are no longer useful, they will toss them in history's junkyard. In 2023, the late President Raisi told the UN that we are against the war and we are ready to mediate in order to end it, but the taxes of the American people are spent on war-making and filling the pockets of arms factories from the place of arms sales in this field. After Raisi's death, the Kremlin said, both sides emphasized their mutual desire to further consistently strengthen comprehensive Russian-Iranian interaction for the benefit of the peoples of the two countries. The Western strategy to the Ukraine war has failed to restore Ukrainian regions to pre-2022 borders. Without a peace accord or a large-scale military intervention by the US and its NATO allies, the Russian military with its strategic installations in Kaliningrad and Belarus and Iranian support will defeat Ukraine militarily. Putin may have been more ready to give Zelensky conquered land earlier in the fight. Putin has a stronger bargaining position than at the outset of the invasion in 2022 as the fight continues and his army secures Ukrainian territory. Putin wants NATO to stop expanding eastward, a promise Russia has wanted since the USSR collapsed. As Ukrainian soldiers' average age rises, as of March 43, the US and its NATO allies should consider whether returning Ukraine to its pre-2022 borders is an option when the alternative is a nuclear World War III. Belarus joined the USSR in 1920. After the USSR collapsed in 1990, it became an independent state but stayed close to Russia. In 1999, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko and Russian President Boris Yeltsin decided to steadily merge their countries in hopes of him becoming Russia's next president. After President Putin's inauguration, President Lukashenko slowed unification, preferring to administer Belarus in close cooperation with Russia. Since Belarus is closer to important military targets like Kiev than Russia, it invaded Ukraine. Iranian drones have already helped the Russian military defeat Ukraine, but the new shipment of Iranian intercontinental ballistic missiles has changed the battlefield value of Iranian weapons. Continued collaboration between Iran, Russia, and Belarus and Ukraine will make it hard to defeat Russia militarily without US and NATO troops. As the Ukraine-Russia war continues to claim lives on both sides of the border, the US and its allies must reevaluate their claims and their new strategy with the Kremlin and its allies.